Hi, this is Mark Osler with Mark Osler Photography and Just Remarkable Studios. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to have some fun today and look at something a little unusual. We're going to take a look at the Blend If sliders, and they are part of the Layer Style dialog box. So let's take a quick look at what technically is happening when you're using these sliders. First, let's see how we bring this up. So to get the Layer Style dialog box up, we're in the Layers palette, and you can get to the Layers palette in the window menu here and just click on Layers. So if we click here and click Blending Options, we get the Layer Style dialog box. Right, there it is. You can also get to it just by double clicking on the layer that you want to apply your layer style to. Down here is the Blend If area, and we're going to keep things simple today. We're just going to work with this slider here. This layer, of course, is referring to the layer that we clicked on. Now, let's take a look at what goes on when we move these sliders around. This is the highlights clearly, so as we pull the sliders down towards the shadows, what's happening is all these tones are going invisible. If I do the same thing on the shadow side, all of the darker tones are going to go invisible. The problem is the transition area right here. It's very harsh, and there's not a lot of applications for something that's got such a defined change in it. So we want to feather that effect. It's very easy to do that. If you're on a PC, hold the Alt key. Mac, hold Mac, hold the Option key, and that's what I'm on. So you just click right on the slider here. You don't even have to hit it. You can be off to the side a little bit, and the more you spread these, the more the effect feathers. Right? If we work from the highlight side, same thing. Just come down here, spread these, and that's the feathering. It's really all you need to know, and let's now go ahead and take a look at an actual photograph and some real-life application. Okay, so imagine that you have this picture and you've printed it, and the darker tones in the picture all block up, and you want to brighten up those darker tones for printing purposes. So I'm going to do that by using a curves adjustment layer. Right, so I come in here, there's curve, there we go, and I want to brighten the darker tones of the picture. Right, and we'll just say that if the darker tones look like this, I'd be happy with them. Now, of course, it'd be horrible if the rest of the picture, the brighter tones, ended up like this. Of course, we don't want that, and we're going to use the Blend If sliders to hide this brightening effect right here from this adjustment layer. So let's go back to Layers. I'm going to double click over here. There's our Layer Style dialog box. We want to make the impact of this adjustment layer invisible in the highlight area. Okay, so we're going to take the highlight side of these sliders, or this slider, and pull this to the left, and we can see all the brighter tones are now coming back because the brightening effect of this fairly severe adjustment that I did with this curves adjustment layer is hidden. Now the transition that we talked about, here's where you see it in an actual picture, right? It's horrible. So we want to feather that effect, so I'm going to hold Option key, again on a PC it'd be Alt, and I'm just going to slide this way down over here. So what's taking place, none of these tones up here are being affected at all by this curves adjustment layer, and the effect is gradually getting greater and greater as we move down this transition area. Okay, so let's take a before and after look. There's before and there is after. All right, I'm looking at the darker tones, beautiful. The lighter tones are protected, just what I wanted. The only thing that I'm looking at here, the hair sort of flattened out a little bit, and because we're working, this is great to use with an adjustment layer. You've got a layer mask built in to an adjustment layer, so if I want, I could take a brush, put black in the foreground, all right, just get a nice brush, and then brush black right where I want that that effect hidden. Right, there's my layer mask, and you can see The picture now is just what I was hoping for. I can go ahead and print this again. I will get the detail down in the skates, in the sleeves here the way I want, and all works out beautifully. So go ahead and try this out on your own pictures. All kinds of applications. I think the more you use it, the more applications you'll find for it. I think it's a great tool. I hope you've enjoyed this tip. Thanks very much for joining me again. This is Mark Ostler with Mark Ostler Photography and Just Remarkable Studios. We'll talk to you again soon.